Welcome! My name is Ben and sometimes Dagoon, knower of 1,000 things, and today I'll be sharing one of two pretty effective strategies for defeating Crota. In this particular run, we managed to down this giant monkey in 6 minutes and 25 seconds. So, without further ado, let's blink to it! When you enter Crota's fortress, you can initiate the final fight by hugging this big old chunk of kryptonite. Standing near it also keeps the enemies from bum rushing you. It is important to avoid taking damage here because your health does not regenerate while fighting Crota. You can regain health if you're a warlock though, with the perk Lifesteal. You see me try to use it here for the first time in PvE and nearly get killed. Would have been really embarrassing. The intended method of regaining health in this fight is by wielding a glowing artifact called the Chalice, which can be found in the center of the pit immediately outside this enclosed area. We normally send one person to run out and grab it quickly the moment we've cleared these rooms. Once cleared, the entire team pushes to the left exit, as Crota will eventually move near the right one. This marks the start of Phase 1 of the assault on Crota. Crota will be standing at the center of the bridge but does not pose too great a threat. His shots, if any, can be avoided easily by jumping. During this phase, you'll face 3 obstacles. I'm going to list the most imminent threat first. First up are the 2 boomers on the left and right balconies. Second is the illegitimate love child of Omnigul and Crota, the melee knight, who normally jumps down from the same balconies as the boomers onto the bridge. Lastly, the sword bearer, thralls, and cursed thralls at the bottom of the pit. To tackle these obstacles, we set up 2 teams. One team consisting of 2 snipers was assigned to watch the balconies for boomers and melee knights. The second team, consisting initially of 4 members, is in charge of dealing the highest possible damage over time on Crota. This team is commonly referred to by Redditors as the DPS team. That's damage per second, by the way, although technically only one member of this team, the Blade Runner, will actually be able to deal damage on Crota. Now I've seen 2 button combo combinations that have worked thus far. The one used in this run was melee, 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 followed by the special ability. This worked mainly because the Blade Runner was able to pick up orbs we generated for him at the top of the stairs. Once the Blade Runner has completed his or her combo, they must jump away to safety ASAP, because the sword disappears 30 seconds after they've picked it up. So the DPS team should be able to bring Crota's shield down a second time while the sword is still up, allowing the Blade Runner to complete another 2 combo attacks before the sword disappears. The center of the bridge should be a good safe distance for the Blade Runner while the shield drops. However, there is an area right behind Crota's center pit stop that has worked for us as well. Taking shelter there initially robs the Blade Runner of those precious orbsicles we generated on the initial assault. When the sword vanishes, this is the end of Phase 1. Phase 2 is essentially the same, so the same team formation should get you past this stage as well. Since there isn't much to add here, I'm going to say it is a good idea for the Blade Runner to carry the Chalice while assaulting Crota. Additionally, it also helps to have Defender Titans or Warlocks or even Hunters using their supers to generate delicious orbsicles, which the Blade Runner can pick up on their way to Crota. Oh, little side note, if someone was to die during this fight, a giant planet resembling Krypton will appear in the sky and make everyone dead in 5 seconds. Yeah, don't be that guy. To avoid this, forget everything you're doing and work with your team to shoot it down. It may take the entire squad to do so quickly. Anywho, moving on to Phase 3. By the time the second sword vanishes, you will have had the chance to assault Crota 4 times and ideally reduced his health bar down to 33%, which he's not too happy about. During this 3rd phase, Crota will then summon 2 ogres before the 3rd sword bearer spawns. Now, to deal the highest possible damage over time on these ogres, you and your entire team will have to run back to the entrance of the fortress. Maintain a safe distance in the back of the hall and unload all your weapons. Once you've done this, the 3rd sword bearer will appear, but before he does, it is best to relocate to your previous positions. I say this because the boomers will have respawned by now and can down the Blade Runner if left unchecked. Also, keep an eye out for any thralls or cursed thralls that spawn during this phase, as some will have spawned in your initial spawn point for this fight. Other than that, all else is pretty much the same as the first 2 phases, so get back in position and resume your roles for one last assault, and you, my friends, can down this Samama foe in under 7 minutes. I've beat him using another strategy that involved hiding in that fortress basement the entire time while having one person boomer watch, and it may actually be easier to execute because it allows you to recover from more mistakes. I was also on the DPS team during that second run, so I'll be uploading that soonish to give you an idea on that perspective. Next week, I will be running, this week, I'm actually going to take the role of the Blade Runner and upload a video describing that perspective in greater detail. Also, I will be making a Warlock raid build video along with a raid kit video, which consists of all the things I never leave in the vault when raiding. Anywho, that's my time, and until next time, God bless and thank you for watching The Raider's Mindset. May your drops be plenty, and your wipes be few. I should clarify that by wipes I am referring to attempts at the raid, not doo-doo wipes, because that is only gross.